Hello and welcome to the trade of the week for the week commencing the 9th of May. Let's take a look first at last week's trade, and that was short dollar CAD on the basis of that weakening of the US dollar after the strong rally. Now, this is Monday's candlestick last week when this trade was started. As you can see, it played out pretty nicely. That weakness of the dollar did in fact come, intensifying there on Wednesday after that Fed meeting that we saw. Remember those equities rallying on the prospects that we may not see as high interest rate hikes as markets were expecting. We saw equity markets rally. We saw US bond yields coming down. Also, the US dollar seeing its first correction after that strong rally it's seen in the last few weeks. That playing nicely, as we were saying there for the trade. The target was 127.20. As you can see, dipping just below that on Thursday. So if you held that trade into the latter part of the week, into Thursday, start of the trade there, you would have had actually that trade played out pretty nicely. Remember that stop loss at 129.70. Let's go into this week's trade, and we're going to be looking at the pound against the Japanese yen. And now we're going to be going long the pound in this instance. It can be a little bit of a risky trade. Remember, we have seen that pound weakness really intensify since those highs back here in the middle of April. Remember, the pound really struggling to pick up some bullish momentum on the back of those concerns about economic recession, about rising prices, about household spending and the impact on the economy. Really struggling there to pick up momentum, intensifying last Thursday, as you can see on the Bank of England's meeting, where they were actually really honing in on those struggles and the potential for economic recession next year. I think the way that we saw that pullback intensify on Thursday has left a good opportunity for buyers to come into the market. Now, today at this afternoon at 2 p.m., we have Michael Saunders speaking on behalf of the MPC. Now, remember, he was the one of the dissidents on Thursday's meeting. He actually wanted a 50 basis point hike. There was 3 of them. He was one of them. So he is one of the more hawkish members of the Bank of England. So I feel like out of this meeting this afternoon, he could be alluding potentially at the need to be more hawkish, the need to see higher interest rates, pushing back those concerns about economic recession a little bit. And that might see some bullish momentum, so a little bit of air breathed into the pound. That's what I'm hoping in terms of the fundamentals here for the pound. Also, we have quite a lot of data coming out on Thursday. We have GDP for the first quarter. We have manufacturing production. We have some good numbers coming out. Now, the GDP will be for the first quarter, so it's a bit of an outdated number, but the prospects are good. We are expecting to see some good economic recovery in the first quarter of the month. So that must be, again, boosting morale a little bit there for the pound towards the end of the week. So all in all, looking to go long the pound against the Japanese yen with a stop loss here at 159.04 and our target at 164.92. As I said, we've been building slowly in the last 2 sessions. You can see Friday's candlestick. That's when we saw that reversal happening. Yes, we saw a lower low, but we actually managed to end the day higher. Today, so far, the low is higher than Friday's close. So far, we haven't quite managed to see a higher high, so I'm hoping that today we manage to end the session a little bit higher, potentially boosted by those comments from Saunders, and then building slowly to the upside up towards 164.92. But as long as we get above this 164 area, that's where we saw on Thursday, 28th of April, that's when we saw that price stagnate and seeing those lower highs coming into force.
For more videos from us here at IGTV, join us on Twitter at IGCom, Instagram, and subscribe to our YouTube channel.